What's going on, squad? Squad! 2018, bro. I can't believe it. The year 20,008. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But that is crazy, man. Time literally flies. Like, holy crap. In about a year or two, we're going to be looking at the PS5. And I swear to God, I just got a PS4 the other day. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever the heck you celebrate. Happy holidays. And I hope you had a great New Year's Eve, I guess, and hopefully your 2018 is starting out good. Mine, it's pretty good so far. I like the new year because it just gets, everyone starts thinking, they start having those resolutions, whether they do it or not. I just like that everybody's trying to better themselves, you know, and that's what you should take a brand new year as to do, try to better yourself. So yeah, but anyways, okay, 2018 has a lot of games coming out, and one of those games is called Veen. Yes, Veen. Based off of the influx of news we've been having for like the past 4 months, we've been getting like an article or two every month for like the past 4 months. So I'm thinking it's gonna be releasing at probably mid 2018. I can't see it being too far into 2018 because if you do that, that's when it gets dangerous and your games won't sell very well because it's a big influx of the bigger games. So I'm thinking this is gonna be anywhere between like March and all the way in between, or maybe hopefully this is a summer game. If this is a summer game, that would be awesome. Even though now that I'm graduating, summer doesn't even mean anything anymore. Oh God, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. So the last video I made, we talked about the custom character creation, and I haven't really made a video about Code Veen since then. So what this video we're going to be doing is me and you guys, we're going to be going through. So we're going to talk about the custom character creation, okay, the gameplay, and then the story. So we're going to be covering those things. I'm going to review of all the information we have so far. So if you haven't been really paying attention, this is a good video for you guys to watch, so pay attention, listen up, and if you do know some stuff, I might say something that you didn't know about. All right, so let's go ahead without further ado and get into it. So like I said, the last video I made, anything dealing with Code Veen, dealt with the custom character creation. So in that video, it was funny because they announced it, they gave us some screenshots, and then a few days after I posted that video, IGN had a first look, and they had a way more robust explanation from the developers about the custom character creation, and they had showed some more gameplay, like the actual creator gameplay. So you should be seeing that on your screen right now, and I'm just gonna go over some things that I'm hoping to see that they give us. Okay, so as you can see in that video, it showed us the clothes options. So the clothes are gonna be like what you're gonna start out with. But the thing is with this game, the blood veils, I think that's how you say it. I don't know how to say veil, whatever. So those things are like what gives you a certain special attack, I guess. So the main one we've been seeing is the claw one, with the claw, and he like attacks people or whatever. So that's the main one. I think it's called Ogre, the Ogre. So those things come over top of the clothes. So your clothes are going to be something you set up like from the start. So for Ogre especially, it's like a trench coat of some sort, because it seems like it comes over. So that one specifically is going to cover your clothes a lot. So if you're using Ogre, you're gonna be able to tell easily. So what I'm hoping is that some blood veils don't cover up much of your body, so your clothes can show and stand out. Because from the screenshots of made custom characters, you can see there's a lot of variety in the clothes. So there's gonna be a lot of options for this, dude. There's gonna be a lot of options for this. So I'm hoping that there's blood veils that let that show, you know, let me show my customly made clothes that I picked out, you know what I'm saying? My swag, basically, my swag. And I know that there is some blood veils that are going to be like that aren't gonna cover up a lot of it. For example, the blood veil Ivy, that one is going, it's like a scarf. And so in the one, I think in the video, you can see the arms are showing of the guy. And so with that, on that note, dude, it's a robust custom character creator. You could like add a pouch to your hand, you could turn it, you could make every little piece of that pouch a different color. So it's going to be deep. And then there's face paints that I saw they talked about in the little video, where you can like customize the face paints to look really unique and whatnot. So this is going to be a very robust character creation, and I'm excited. Now, lastly, I hope that we could, I don't know, I'm hoping, I don't think it's gonna happen, but it would be cool if we could buy more clothes. You know, as we're going, you see there's a new shop, it has new weapons, blood veils, whatever. Hopefully they can, you know, have new clothes as well. That would be just a bonus for me, because I just love customize my character, bro. I just love swagging him out, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know why, but I just love it, bro. So next up, I want to talk about the story. So this is a big thing. Because I think whenever they started marketing this game to be similar to Dark Souls and Bloodborne, people don't think about a story really, you know? Okay, all you think about is the lore for those games, but that's something you guys gotta understand. This game is made by the creators of a God Eater, and God Eater is a game with a robust story in a gameplay style that shouldn't have a robust story. Basically, what I mean is the gameplay, the way that the game is set up, you know, for going out to hunting missions, coming back, it shouldn't be having a strong ass story like how it does, because it messes up with the gameplay. It's kind of my pet peeve, but it does. So basically what I'm saying is Code Veen is going to be very story heavy. I got some shit to talk about. So they started out by showing us gameplay first, because they, like I said, they are marketing it as a Dark Souls game. But then now the only information we've been getting now, ever since I want to say TGS, we haven't gotten really new gameplay since TGS 2017. Since then, it's all been about story, people, elements, and all this other stuff that they've been talking about and showing us. And so through this, so the thing is, now it's not that I don't care about the story, it's more so I don't care about knowing and understanding it prior to playing the game. They've showed me the universe, so I understand the concept of what's going on in the game. So now I just want to see gameplay. You know, I'll play the story, I'll get the story later. But I decided to look at him a little bit, okay? And it rang a bell in me almost immediately when I finally read this stuff. This game is going to be very linear. So in terms of story mode wise, think of this game as like an Uncharted game, or just a linear game, a Tomb Raider. I never played Tomb Raider, so don't quote me on that. So I don't know how linear that is. I feel like it's the same as Uncharted, but yeah, whatever. What I mean by Uncharted, like, I just mean like it's gonna have everyone's gonna go through the same path, okay? It's not like Bloodborne where once you get to Rom, the one boss, you can kind of pick whatever bosses you want to fight next. You know, there's optional bosses for that, and I'm pretty sure there are some in Dark Souls. It's not gonna be like this. This game is going to guide you through everything you need to go. This area, you're gonna start in this area, then you're gonna be in this area. At least I think so. You know, this is just my thoughts and my speculation. I'm thinking that it's going to literally lead a direct path, because I feel like these bosses and monsters have too much impact to the story for it not to be like. So one reason of why I think this game is going to be very linear is because, first off, there's no multiplayer, and on that note as well, you're having those co-op, you're gonna have like an assistant all the time. I'm almost positive, for the most part, once you start getting into the game, and maybe in the beginning you won't have a partner, but once you get to a certain point, you're always gonna be moving around the areas with somebody, I believe. You're always gonna have a partner that you're working with. And that's a big sign of no multiplayer. This isn't Freedom Wars accessory where you can customize them and you could do all this stuff to them. You can give them a different voice. This isn't like that. These partners that you're gonna be having, they all have a background. The one generic guy, they got one guy that they've shown, I don't know if he has a name, I think he does. He's very generic, like he doesn't look very expansive, because Mia is also a partner we'll be moving at some point in the story. We'll be traveling with her. But like I said, I think there's a base guy that you see in the TGS demo gameplay. He's that one guy. So even that guy, who looks very basic and generic, he has a background. They gave him a background, a personal background, traits. Like they're like, oh, he's always wanting to help you and stuff like that. They gave these people like personas in a sense, just making this feel of they're actually kind of important. Maybe they're not, but they're trying to make you feel like it's important. And so it's like they're gonna be part of the story. So if you were to go online, it wouldn't make sense, because maybe that guy has a part, maybe he dies at one point, and so they gotta show a cutscene. You can't, unless your partner is acting like him, I guess. So whenever you're online, he dies, and then maybe I don't know, but see, that just gets too much. So I think there's not gonna be any multiplayer, and I think it's gonna be very linear. So basically, if you're expecting like a Dark Souls like game where it's like you don't really have any cutscenes at all besides bosses and stuff like that, no, this is going to be cutscene heavy. Because remember, God Eater freaking developers, dog, that shit has so many cutscenes. So cutscene heavy is going to be a lot of stuff going on, talking and stuff. It's going to be a very concrete story. So look forward to that if that is something you would like, you know. So, because think about it, you've never really had a Dark Souls like game that's very story inclined, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be interesting. Now for the biggest controversial piece, I think for this game is the gameplay. Because I think this is a big factor for everybody, obviously, because this is where you have your fun. And I feel like once we've seen, it isn't very too convincing of it being much different than what it's trying to mimic. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So right now, my biggest concern, okay, is how the combat is gonna be. Because what I see now, it doesn't look fluent, like it doesn't look smooth as I want it to be, because the graphics look so smooth, I feel like, but then the combat isn't like following with the quality that the graphics are getting, in a sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just how I feel right now. But that's not a big deal, because if I have fun with the game, I'm not worried about that. But that's just a little thing I'm hoping that they improve on come to release. Now, I think I mentioned this in other videos, but this is something I want you all to keep in your mind, because yes, it might not look like it's very different from from Dark Souls or Bloodborne, but I've been trying to say this, like, guys, don't focus on that, because what they're showing us, I think they're just trying to show us that, okay guys, this is a game that we're using Dark Souls mechanics with. That's it though, that's it. The base mechanics are the only thing that's similar. There are extra things added into Code Veen's world, sewn into it, basically, that's gonna set it apart and make the gameplay feel different, you know. So as a basis, yes, it's just hacking, slashing, and rolling, but you add in all this other stuff and it gets more expansive. So let me get into that. But I don't fully understand these things, okay? So we're gonna go back to the post where they're explaining it, and I'm gonna form my hypotheses, you know, while I'm recording. And so you guys can tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And you know, if I get anything wrong, I'm saying maybe I'm thinking of it in the wrong way, you guys can let me know in the comments, you know, comments below and all that kind of stuff. So there's a few things. So first things first, gifts. Gifts are gonna be a big part. We've seen those a little bit in the gameplay. Then we have drain attacks, focus, and some partner action. So like I mentioned, your co-op partner, hey, plays a big part, okay? He's doing some stuff and you can kind of decide what they do or something like that. But anyways, let's get into it. So I'm on Gemitsu, and this is the post where it says further details battle system. So for the gift system, let's go ahead and read that. By holding down the gift button, R2 is the default, a palette will be displayed. A maximum of 8 gifts can be used in battle. When the palette is displayed, a gift can be triggered by pressing its corresponding button. The red icon signifies a gift that is in use. In addition to the gifts that can be used in battle, there are also passive type gifts. I'm saying GIF, I sound like GIFs. I guess that's what you said. That are activated by simply equipping them. Here's a look at gifts that reduce. So here's a look at a gift that significantly reduces the amount of damage you take from a single enemy attack. So from there, gifts can be so different. One's gonna shoot, one's gonna make you take damage, one's gonna improve your evasion. So something like this reminds me of Soul Sacrifice a bit. You know, there was those things you could use and it would improve your evasion, and you would like drift a little bit, because I feel like I saw that in the gameplay where the guy kind of did that with his little thing. So that's what gifts are. So there's some other stuff we'll get into, but let's just go through everything real quick. So the next new thing that I hadn't really seen much about, or I guess that they showed it but they didn't explain it, is the drain attacks. So a drain attack can be activated with the press of a button. If you successfully drain the enemy and acquire a large amount of E-core points, the maximum amount of E-core stock will also increase. Here's a look at Bloodveil's Ogre drain attack, which is the claw. Once the pool is maxed out, the character steps toward the enemy and slashes them with their claws. The E-core stock also increased from 10 to 12. So I guess I don't know if your E-core stock needs to be maximum. Drain the enemy and acquire a large amount of E-core points. So I don't know what those E-core points do. Hold on, I think it explains it up here. Let me figure that out real quick. Anyways, whatever the heck E-core is. So let's continue on. It says, so you have your stock at a certain amount, then you drain, so it's kind of like sucking their blood. So that's why whenever he attacks them, he uses it, the stock goes from 10 to 12. So it's beneficial to use those, I guess, but I'm not sure what warrants that. But here we have Special Drain. A Special Drain is a drain attack that can be triggered under specific conditions. It acquires more E-core points than a standard drain, increases the maximum number of E-core stock, and simultaneously hits the enemy with big damage. So I think I do remember that in the gameplay. So you could do the normal drain, and then there was another drain where it had like a cutscene and that's where it would like show the ogre thing being wrapped around your hand, and then bah, and you just did that. So every Bloodveil is gonna have a different special drain effect or I mean animation, and it's gonna, I think they're all gonna do the same base things, but they're gonna have different animations for every single special drain, every single blood veil. So that's something to look forward to. That's one of the things where it's like it's an incentive for you to play and find more blood veils, because you want to see what they do, you want to see how they fit, and so if they fit your play style, because we're gonna get into that. So right here it says special drain trigger conditions when you successfully parry an attack. Okay, so a counter action trigger to match the enemy's attack. Timing is critical, but the reward for success is granted. Is that a different special drain? Hold up, special drain. I think, yeah, you have to parry to be able to do that. I think that's what happens. I think that's what it's saying. I don't know. It's kind of confusing. When performing a successful back. Oh, so there's multiple conditions that you can do to be able to perform a special drain. Next up, we have a thing called the focus system. So this is brand new to me. The focus system temporarily increases the player's abilities when they are in danger. In addition to being able to launch a counterattack when the enemy drives you into a corner, you can also use this system to intentionally increase your abilities in battle by purposely taking risks. Okay, actions that increase the focus gauge: receiving enemy attacks, dodging enemy attacks. Focus state effects include less likely to take recoil from enemy attacks, the ability to launch enemies, a fully recovered stamina gauge when focus state activates. So basically, whenever you get your low health, you'll start to focus up, and you can start launching people, you can start doing drain attacks, so you can start going ham basically. I think that's what's going on here. So next up we have partner actions. It says when guarding, your partner will rush to you and guard alongside you. Cooperating with your partner will offer various forms of support. So that's what I was talking about before. So for example, a partner character distributes their HP to the player who's on the verge of death. So your partner can give you health. That's cool. Partner action co-op gift. A co-op gift are special gifts that can be activated with a partner when they are nearby. By activating a co-op gift, you can temporarily increase your strength, but depending on the effect, it may decrease the maximum number of Ecor stock as compensation. The effect of co-op gifts vary for each partner. Okay, so each partner is going to have a different co-op gift. So for this screenshot I see on my screen, it shows Mia. So she's going to have a different co-op gift. And I saw that other guy's name that I was talking about, the generic looking guy. What's his name? So Lewis, he's going to have his own type of co-op gift. So that's cool. So that's another thing, incentive to play, incentive to try other co-op people to see what they can do. That's cool. So the last thing about this whole combat that I think is very important that you guys should know is the idea of its ability to you can literally build your set to play how you want. So for example, if you want to be a ranged character, you could do that. If you want to be a swift, quick hits and run out, you don't do a lot of damage, you could do that. If you want to be a straight tank and just destroying people, you could do that. So that is through the use of gifts and blood codes. So let's go ahead and explain what that is. So as it is, before I start that, the blood veils all are different. So for example, somebody using an ogre blood veil, I don't know what I said. For whenever someone uses the ogre blood veil, that means they're probably a close range. Well, not means, but like if you wanted to use it, that could be you making a close range set because it's a claw, you know, you got to be right up to them. Whereas Mia's blood veil, which I think is the Ivy one, it's like a tail, and or I think it's something like that, or whatever. So there's another one, I think it's Ivy, the one that goes into the ground, comes up like far away from you. So that would be a ranged kind of set you would want to use. So that's kind of how you'll start your sets. And then from there, there's a thing called blood codes. So a blood code is a special blood type possessed by revenants caused by the special characteristics of the owner. The protagonist can obtain the blood codes of other revenants from their crystallized memory. So basically, you're going to be finding blood codes in the area, and they're all going to be kind of sets in a sense. So let me explain what that means. It says by equipping a blood code, the special characteristics of the revenant from which it came will be granted unto the player character, enabling the use of their gifts right there. So these blood codes are going to contain a gift set, in a sense, a gift build, I guess you could say. So by repairing crystallized memories to resurrect the owner's lost memories, you can unlock the gifts hidden within the blood code. The gifts that belong to the equipped blood code will be replaced when you change blood codes. Okay, but some gifts can be, okay, so there it is. It's my answer. But some gifts can be used regardless of the equipped blood code, depending on whether certain conditions are met. So some gifts are going to be like, oh, have this amount of strength, maybe have this much health, and then other blood code gifts are going to be like, okay, you have to be equipped this blood code to use these gifts. This makes sense. So this is where I was talking about how you can customize it. So it shows blood code, ranger. So they're going to have names because I guess these revenants had names. So it's going to be like, I just picked up Ranger's Blood Code. So from there, it says a blood code that places emphasis on survival during exploration. By equipping it, you can learn gifts that bolster exploration, such as a passive gift that increases stamina or a long distance attack gift that lures in the enemy. Here are a couple of the gifts. So Sonic Arrow, Poison Mark. Sonic Arrow generates a blade out of E-Core and shoots at a distant enemy. It is low in power but is effective at luring enemies. Poison Mark grants a poison status ailment effect to the equipped weapon for a fixed period of time. If you manage to inflict the enemy with poison through repeated attacks, you can steal the strength away from even a powerful foe. Okay, so basically, I think I know what E-Core is. So E-Core is, so say a gift, you use a gift, it's gonna take up a certain amount of E-Core points. So I'm not sure how the E-Core point gradually comes back, maybe from hitting it, or just over time it'll gain. So whenever you want to be draining a lot, because once you drain, your E-Core points increases, so now you can use your gifts more often. There it is. See what I'm talking about? It's all coming together, and you can just tell it's so much more robust than a Dark Souls. Dark Souls literally is just hit, dodge. But that's the thing. That's what they made it for. So that's what Code Veen is coming in to expand upon. So next one says Blood Code Hunter. So it says specializes in long distance attacks. So this one has Shooting Riser. Increase the attack power of your shooting attacks depending on the weapon for a fixed period of time. This ability is significantly effective when using a bayonet, obviously. So basically, Hunter is the one you want to use when you're using your bayonet. And it says Blood Sacrifice converts your own HP into E-Core. Since you can obtain E-Core without draining it from loss, it is possible to consecutively trigger powerful gifts for a short period of time. So Hunter, so you're just gonna be, oh my god, this is sounding so promising, guys. This is sounding so promising. Last but not least, we have Berserker. This one is for close range battles. Effect time is short, but enables users to learn powerful gifts. So Crazy Blow. After activating the effect, the attack power of the user's next weapon attack will increase. Next is Royal Heart. Makes the user more difficult to push back as a result of enemy attacks. So basically, it gives you armor. Wow. That was a lot to take in. Wow. Anyway, so there you have it. So besides that, if we just back up from just the combat, the next thing I guess is besides the combat, it's staying true to the whole Dark Souls and Bloodborne gameplay style, where you get experience points from killing people. If you die, it stays there. You can get it back. Those points are added to your little custom skills. You're gonna find shops. You're gonna be able to get some blood veils. You're gonna get some new weapons, stuff like that. So that's staying true to the Dark Souls. But once you get to the combat, blood codes. I think blood codes are literally what Code Veen is about. I think that's what it is. So other than that, man, wow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was fun. Let me know what you guys are thinking from hearing these details. What do you guys think about the story? Especially, are you guys happy that it's gonna be a focused story, or would you have rather had it be lore heavy? Okay, let me know what you guys think about that. Happy 2018. Let's make 2018 a great year, guys. Me and you, the squad, the Jam Squad. We got big things coming this year. All right, big things. So I hope you subscribe and you stay tuned for the Jam Squad. Join the Discord if you're trying to be a real squad member, because that's where we have fun. We're like a family in there. So yeah. Other than that, that's all I gotta say. I will see you all in the next video. Probably have a stream one of these days before I go back to school. So yeah, peace. You see, I'm waiting and they hating, and I'm sipping on my tea. Bad bitch walking past, may I stop you, please? And I'm hungry as a bitch, but this life ain't free. If I'm trying to get this money, I can't really shake a tree. I be working, it's a 3:15. When I stop